What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Vinyl Brotherhood. Thanks for joining us. I tried to make the place as festive as I possibly could. We take Christmas pretty seriously here, and we love Christmas music. So we're going to dive into some right now. I've got 10 selections, not necessarily from worst to best. I just wanted to provide maybe a list, some ideas for Christmas albums you can listen to this year in case you need something new to listen to. Some of these are really popular records. Some are a little more off the beaten path. Some are a little newer, some are a little older. They're just personal favorites of mine, some staples that I wanted to share with you guys in case you were interested in trying something out or for whatever reason missed one of those more popular records. So I've got my hot apple cider, I've got my seasonal candle going, and we're going to get started. So first off, we have the Carpenters Christmas. This is a beautiful record, especially that first half maybe, or the first third of the record. It's all just like one seamless suite of Christmas classics. Of course, the Carpenters, Richard and Karen, I think, they just sound lovely together. They have their band, their orchestra doing fantastic work. It's timeless. A couple of originals in there that are just beautiful. It really does have that nostalgic quality. This is a 70s record, so it's kind of the music that was sort of on its way out when I was a very, very young child. So my earliest Christmas memories are sort of tied to this kind of soft pop sound. And it's a grandiose, big production. You can't go wrong with it. This is an album we just reviewed on our channel. It's the latest record by Switchfoot, brand new, not even a month old maybe. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. Their takes on the traditional Christmas songs and the more contemporary classics such as the Christmas song. And what else do we have there? Christmas Time Is Here from, you know that from Charlie Brown Christmas. A lot of fun. It has everything you could love about a Christmas record. Again, that nostalgia. A lot of it's really playful and quirky, but it still feels Switchfoot. Kind of that earthy, organic California sound that we all love so much. There are some things about it that I was kind of iffy on. Some tracks that felt a little too pop and radio oriented, but this is largely a great addition to your Christmas catalog, and I highly recommend it. I would be remiss not to include Beach Boys' Christmas. It is so good. Brian Wilson's original songs are incredible. Of course, Little Saint Nick is an absolute classic, Merry Christmas Baby, and the most underrated song on the record, Christmas Day, featuring the first lead vocal performance by Al Jardine. It's an underrated song. The whole album is great, but I do prefer the first half, which is made up of Brian Wilson originals. And the second half are Christmas standards arranged by the guy from, I don't remember his name. It's the guy from The Four Freshmen, one of the Beach Boys' greatest influences. But of course, this is a timeless record. Their harmonies are fantastic. I do find it strangely underproduced at times. The arrangements feel maybe not fully realized, at least on the originals, but nonetheless, it's definitely one that I can't imagine skipping around Christmas time. So, speaking of 60s Christmas classics, a Christmas gift for you from Phyllis Records is very much a timeless classic. You're probably familiar with several of these recordings. If you've ever been to a mall during the Christmas season, you've undoubtedly listened to some of these. It's just that many people don't know that this is the record that those recordings came from. And it's Phil Spector's Wall of Sound. I mean, yeah, the guy's pretty messed up. He did a lot of crappy stuff in his life, but his production rocks. He was a freaking great producer, and a lot of that is a lot of his best work is on this record. And there are so many good songs on here. I love the Ronettes. Everything that they did was incredible. But I'm also a fan of Darlene Love. Christmas, in parentheses, Baby Please Come Home. That's on this record, performed by Darlene Love. The Crystals do a great job. It's definitely one you don't want to miss out on. A very She and Him Christmas, one of the last great Christmas masterpieces. This is the one that really sold me on She and Him as a group. It is so good that it's pretty much the only album that they support. They still tour this record, and they're going to reissue it year after year. And the funny thing is that they actually have another Christmas record, and I don't know if people remember that one still exists, but I mean, it doesn't hold a candle to this one. I see it as a timeless classic. I play it year after year. The production style is incredible, and a lot of it's pretty straightforward, but it captures like that cozy, intimate feel, that Christmas vibe so well. There's just the warmth, the kind of the analog sound that M. Ward brings to the table. Zoe does a great job. Her sultry voice, it's just magical. And yeah, this is a top 5 Christmas record for me. Maybe top 3, top 2, I don't know. But yeah, that's a great one. Christmas Wonderland by Birch. It's very instrumental. It's also a 60s record, I believe, and it kind of has like the fun, crazy, whimsical Christmas feel. If you remember like the old Christmas specials, it kind of has that sort of vibe to it. If you listen to any Birch, his instrumental music is really, really solid. And this one's fun too. It can get a little samey sometimes, but for like a good Christmas get-together, just to have on in the background, you can't go wrong. Of course, which list would be complete without Vince Guaraldi Trio's Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack? What more can be said? I love every single song on it. Not all of it really feels like it belongs on a Christmas record. Like Linus and Lucy, I believe, is the Peanuts theme that you're familiar with, but the instrumentals are fantastic, especially O Tannenbaum. I love that one. You have your kids choir singing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and Greensleeves is great, very smooth, soft jazz. I love those brushy drums. And let me not forget to mention that my favorite Christmas song, contemporary Christmas song of all time, is on this record, which is Christmas Time Is Here. You get the instrumental version, which is absolutely perfect. And then the children's choir, it's like the cast, the characters, like they're all singing it. And this hat just doesn't want to stay on. Not the best Christmas Santa hat I've purchased. But yeah, I love Christmas Time Is Here. This is the version you want. This is the version you want to listen to. So that's it. I've been listening to Reliant K for so long. Every single release kind of holds a special place in my heart. Except for Collapsible Lung. I gave that one a scathing review on this channel that you can visit. But everything else they've done is so close to perfect, including the Christmas album, Let Snow Baby, Let It Reindeer. It's kind of interesting in that it has an older Christmas album within it, their 2004 release, Deck the Halls, Bruise Your Hand. That comes included with this, along with some newer recordings. And it feels a little disjointed, as Deck the Halls, Bruise Your Hand was recorded during their more punk pop days, very fast paced, very aggressive on the guitars. And it's really, really cool. But then you have that kind of mixed in with the later recordings where they really go for the traditional Christmas feel, and it has like wider instrumentation. And they touch on some of the classics. This album does have my very favorite version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. They bring in those beautiful harmonies. All these guys are singing together, and they do a great job. And this vinyl version comes with something that wasn't included in the original release, which are just some bonus tracks after the their very humorous take on Good King Wenceslas, Silver Bells, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, and O Holy Night. There's so much here, a little something for everyone. The Molly Birch Christmas album is one of my favorite in recent years. I love her whole vibe, her sound. There's like a little bit of all country mixed in with like the indie pop, and she does the Christmas thing very, very well. Her regular sound translates to Christmas quite well, and she has covers of Dolly Parton's Hard Candy Christmas. There's an ABBA cover. I think it's Happy New Year, and yeah, I love her take on Snow Queen of Texas, which is originally by the Mamas and Papas. So yeah, a great variety, but it's all very cohesive. It sounds great together, and definitely one you want to check out if you want to try something a little different this year. And finally, the Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Christmas album. Herbivore Alpert is famous for his southwestern kind of instrumental pop music, sort of within like the easy listening territory. He's a trumpet player, I believe, and his work throughout the 60s and like early 70s was fantastic. And I love the Christmas album because that's also a sound that kind of translates really well into Christmas. This is a great a great album for your Christmas get-together. It's very fun. It's very festive. The horns all sound incredible, and there is the rare Herb Alpert vocal on this record. So this is another great one, another timeless classic that I hadn't listened to until fairly recently, not maybe a couple years ago. But yeah, definitely check this one out as well. And there you have it, folks. 10 wonderful, unavoidable Christmas classics that you can check out this year. Those are 10 of my favorites. I don't own all of my favorites. Those are just the ones that I have on vinyl right now. I would like to give an honorable mention to the Jars of Clay Christmas album. It is my favorite Christmas album of all time. Guys, please reissue that. I need it on vinyl. But yeah, that's about it. If you have a top 10, feel free to share it with us. I would love to check some of those albums out. So I guess that's about all we have for today. Come see us again. We have plenty of album reviews you can check out, and we'll definitely have some more content like this in the future. So until then, have a very Merry Christmas, guys. I hope it's fantastic, and we'll see you again very soon right here at the Vinyl Brotherhood.